probably the most fascinating in the world of these startling statistics about presenting information to an audience is the fact that the nonverbal communication outweighs the verbal part. And this is, I like to quote Judith, is sobering news for lawyers who spend so much time on the wording or the evidence or the facts or, what is it that I'm saying to you and how am I structuring that information. When it comes time to presenting it and we're giving you a checklist to walk away with, so you already know your material, it's your expertise, but go through the checklist of how do I present it in a way that really connects to the audience. A big part of this is that more than 80%, constant research shows that as much as 93% of communication is nonverbal. And
yes, emotional.
Yes.
That means that only 7%. That only means only 7% of our message is getting across today because nobody has face-to-face conversations anymore.
Yes.
Everything we do is on email.
Yes.
Fax.
Yes.
And telephone.
So even more of a problem, even more of that obstacle to making sure the paper ends up in the same way because you don't even get that face-to-face. And if you don't get the face-to-face, then the facial expression and the body language is now gone from the equation. Now all you have, if you're on the phone, if there's a lot of conference calls or phone, a big part of nonverbal communication is vocal quality. And we'll go into maybe some vocal quality if we have time, discussion of what makes for the tone and the way that I connect and that information. And if you're on Skype, then you do get the facial expression and the vocal quality. But if you're emailing or faxing or texting, all of that is missing, and that's when people started incorporating things like emoticons or emojis or whatever they're called nowadays, because, if I say, let's talk and just leave it at that, we've had people say to us, I was startled because of the person said, let's talk, or we need to talk. And again, we have our own decoding of a message, our own interpretation that may, most of the time, not be the same as the intention or the encoding. So we need to talk, let's talk, may come off as I'm in trouble. But it could be, let's talk, we need to talk. I'm so excited. But how do I do that in a text or in an email or in a fax? A lot of times, if I put a little smiley face, let's talk, or exclamation mark, but people don't necessarily know the rules of those. So you have shouting caps, or they just meant they're excited, or so forth. But even more so, a reason to understand this and to also realize that some conversations of a certain nature need to be had using a different communication channel, right? So texting, emailing, faxing, that's one communication channel. Phone is a different communication channel. Face-to-face or standing is a different communication channel based on the information that I want to give to you. And if I think the how is going to make a lot more, take a lot more precedence than the what, and there's emotion attached to it, maybe I need to bring in the facial and the body language.